Good morning. This is Howie, and I'm here to help you win with money. Today is Wednesday, December 9th, 2020. Markets are opening up. And real quickly, I'm not going to go into the news as I want to start trading and I want to probably create something. So let's take a quick look. Here's the portfolio. I'm just taking a quick look at it. I think I want to close something here first, create some buying power so I can do another trade. So let's take a look at closing the Iron Condor for the SPY. We'll go into position. This is on ETrade. As you can see, I'm going to pick the one that's going to expire in 2.5 weeks. Technically it's 3 weeks, but we'll call it 2.5 because Christmas, I believe, is on a Friday. So let's look at ending this one, and I'll show you what you do. You hit the close button, see the cost. I'll do let's try to close it at $16. I don't think so. I think 18 is probably a better way to do it, but we'll see what happens. Let me put that in and wait. Oh, and it went across right away. You see that? It's 9:33 right now. So that released some buying power. Well, eventually it will release it. Hang on one second. So let's put on a new trade. So let's just we'll go into options trading, options, SPY. We're going to do an Iron Condor again. Because we closed one, we're going to open one. I'm going to go further out. Let's pick something like that. So I'm going to open up my Power ETrade to help me with the options chain. I'm going to look at some of the deltas and the percentages. First thing I'm going to do is enter the ticker, select the right time frame. I think I'm going to do the 22nd, 45 days out. So let's pick the upside. Today is at 370. So what are the odds of it going up here? You see, I've been writing stuff in the 395 range. So today I may have to go a little bit higher. I may have to do something right here around the 400s. So that's what I'm going to look at first. So let's switch back. So on here, you're going to have to select your top range. So let's just say we want to do, let's do a little bit under 400, but we're going to do a 399 or whatever. But let me see what my choices are first before we decide. And if you do a $5 spread, that's what it will look like. Let's pick the bottom side. So let's look at Power ETrade again. Here you go. So let's just go, oh, so on the 400 or 399, let's just take a quick look at it. Whoops. And what I didn't show you was, here's the percentage and here's the delta. So it's a 0.6 delta. The market is expecting a 9% chance that it will expire at the money. 9% chance of happening. Pretty low. You're not going to get rewarded for that when you take a little bit safer bet. I may want to move it up $1 or $2, lower it $1 or $2, but we'll see. Let's build it out first before we decide. On the bottom end, if we're predicting the markets will have a slight crash, you see this? If you do something like this, the market's predicting the delta is so small, the odds are happening are in the 1 percentile. So that means the amount of premium that you collect will be pretty small here. So we're going to have to, a $5 spread looks like it's not going to pay really well. We may have to do a $10 spread, take up a little bit more buying power. So we'll play around with that. So we'll look and we'll decide what we're going to do. But for right now, let's just pick something like a 320, a 0.7 or -7 delta on this side, on the put side, with a 1% chance. And that's what it looks like, and you see what I mean, because the odds are so small, it's kind of crummy. You're not going to get paid a lot for it. So what we have to do is either make it wider. So there's two ways to do it. If you make it wider, it'll cost you more buying power, but your risk is still the same. So if I increase this to a 310, let's say, this one can be then a 400, so it's a $10 whiff. Now, what that means is a low risk, low return trade or low reward. You're not going to get paid a lot. You're risking 1,000 to make $61. You see that? If you want to make more money, you move these things closer to the current market price. So that's the trade-off that you have to decide as a trader. So let me just play around with it before I decide what I want to do. Not a good trade. You're not really collecting a lot of premium for it. But what I am doing is I think I am skewing this a little bit closer. So I'm only $30 away from this. You see this? From my short call. It's 30 bucks away. But it's definitely farther away on this side. This is over $40 away. So it's not a good trade, but I trade very conservatively. I'm not looking for big home runs. I try to just do volume is what I've been doing. I've been trying to trade a lot of volume. So this is a horrible percentage. I already know that. But again, I just like to collect small wins, and over time I can make money. I just have a bunch of trades. I try to do plenty of them every day or every week. And here you go. Let's put that in. And let's see how long that takes to execute. Nope, not yet. We'll wait a few more minutes. Okay, I think I had to lower it to 67 per contract. And I think it went across. There you go. Let's take a quick look. And there you go. So by lowering it, it went across. You can see the timestamp. It took a little bit longer, 20 minutes between time I released my buying power to the time I replaced it with something new. So now I'm just going to go to my transaction history and pop everything to a spreadsheet. My spreadsheet is out of date, but I did add that one new row here. I think I closed some of these, but I track it on the spreadsheet so I can better monitor it. But this is out of date. So here's a spreadsheet that I normally pop everything into. I track all my trading history on one giant spreadsheet. I gotta bring the date back. So let me go copy the transaction. You can see the last one I had was on Thursday. So I gotta copy everything into here. Okay, that's the first set. I need everything from the 4th to the 8th. So let me go find more. And there you go. So I copied them all in. So the next thing I have to do is just remove all the adjustments and all the stuff that are useless, like these transfers. They don't mean anything. So let me just clean it up and then I'll do my magic. Okay, I think I fixed this column. So then I normally go here and just fix everything with calls and puts. I do that real quick. And then you can see these are all wrong. I just copy it down, fix all those first, and then go back to the puts and make sure all those are correct. And those look good. Next thing I'm going to do is, let me just clean that up. There. Okay. So you notice the fonts are kind of goofy looking. So let's just sync everything back up. We like to do everything in one font. Make sure they're all the same. Okay, that's fine. And then the last thing I do is reformat the dollar amounts. Make sure they're aligned. Okay, now I think I'm up to date. Let me just scroll up here. So you see I haven't pivoted this in a few days. So you come in here, hit the refresh. Whoops, there you go. And I'm assuming this is right. I don't know yet. Let's just see. So that's what it's saying. Still a slow start to the month. You see that? My total is $650 for the month. A little bit slow. So we'll see. I did do a lemonade trade. So hang on one second. I'll show you down here. That one may... where's my lemonade? I think that one may actually help because it is going in my direction. Hang on one second. Let me just double check this. Okay, so let's just change the text so that they're all the same. So when they pivot, so what I did was here. Let me just check this. It's okay, but this is worth more now. Lemonade is in the $90. So when I bought this, lemonade was in the 80s, and then I actually rolled it a little bit up more on the on this particular leg. Because I'm trying to capture a little bit more move on the upside. So it cost me $200, but I'm trying to capture $500 in move, and we'll see what happens. This is still early. There's plenty of time on this. I think lemonade may run Christmas to January. So I may just play the move, and again, I may widen up my spread here just to try to capture a lot more of the difference between this leg I bought to open. This is my long call, and then I have a short call. Okay, so that did look right. Everything looks good. Let me just pivot on this. Let's do the pivot, and there you go, the updated number. So again, slow start to the month, so we'll see what happens. I have no idea what's going to happen, so we'll just track it, and hopefully you enjoy watching me do a trade. If you're a beginner, it's good to learn by watching how other people trade. I'm not suggesting you do exact same thing I do. This is for learning, education purposes, and entertainment. But you can see that I am not a risky trader. I will do low risk, low reward trades. The market looks really high. We're at all-time high still. So I'm still gonna, even in my trades, I'll give it a little bit more upside. But really, I'm still predicting a slight downside. Now, Christmas time is generally really good for stock market, and so is the January effect. So I want to take that into consideration. Let me know what type of trade you're looking at, or let me know what type of videos you would like to see. Hopefully you're tracking all your results. The end of the year is coming up. I'll probably produce a end of the year results of just my trading performance, 401k performance, things that I do outside of that. I may even do an update on Bitcoin at the end of the year. The only way to know what you're doing is to track the results and see if you have to do any adjustment to your trading pattern. So let's try to up your investments and your savings account and your 401k plan. If you're only saving 5% in your 401k plan, try to up it 1%. If you're realizing that you're not budgeting or you're having problem finding extra cash to invest, you may have to start tracking your spending and see where your money is going. The only way to invest is to have cash flow or positive cash flow so that you can buy investment that generate more returns or more income for you. Again, I'm here to help you win with money. Please click the like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Let's do this $1 at a time. Let's do this together and have a profitable day.